much. We have a few parties, but we also have the extra item that was raised by Joe Davies, board member, on the 27th of August. So I don't know whether you want to deal with that one first. Excellent, that's great. As you'll be aware from Joe's presentation on the 27th, the Woolston Kiwi Bank post shop is due to close. They haven't had word on when that will be yet. They've been told they'll be given 3 months' notice, but that hasn't been given yet. The ANZ, which is the only other bank in the area, is also moving out of Woolston, and this will leave no banking services in the area. And so the board has written to both the Chief Executive of the New Zealand Post Group and to the Minister for State and Enterprises. And in our next minutes, which won't be coming for another month, but that's too late, we'll be requesting that the council do the same. And so we would like to ask you to do that today. To write them to both the Chief Executive of the New Zealand Post Group and the Minister for State and Enterprise. And we can get you copies of our letters, and to stop the closure of the Kiwi Bank in Woolston. Yeah.
I think it's really important. The other sad news we heard, of course, was New Zealand Post taking away the jobs from the call centre, contact centre, and I don't know what CDC are doing in that regard. But if you take Woolston, for example, and you ironically look at Kiwi Bank's sustainability and corporate responsibility policy, and what they say is, as a staunchly Kiwi bank, doing what's right for New Zealand is part of our makeup, and that means running our business in a sustainable way, environmentally, socially, and just plain nicely. To us, that means we support our communities, we look after our people, our country, and our environment. And what's really interesting about the Woolston issue is that we're taking away the proposal, that they're doing, is to take away a facility where people can walk to put it into Ferrymead, which is an area where nearly everyone has to drive to, because it's basically a car-dominated development. And so it's totally against their core sustainability and corporate responsibility policies. And I think it's really important. We've seen a number of Kiwi banks being lost in our ward, and I don't know if there's other wards in the city as well previously, where Stanmore Road, for example. So I think council should play a role in this, and I think we do need to start thinking about how we deal with industry or with businesses around investing in our areas, particularly places like Woolston or Stanmore Road or New Brighton, because what we're seeing is a retreat, and I think that's really unfortunate given the huge amount of time and money we're investing in trying to improve these neighbourhoods post-earthquake. So strongly urge you to support it. I think we need to be doing a lot more proactive work around our relationships with these government SOEs, because there's huge opportunity, and at the moment we're paying a huge price.
Thank you. I also totally support this. A post office isn't just about a place where you go and buy stamps or go and pay bills. It's a place where people go and bump into each other. It's in many communities the heart of the community, and traditionally so. If I compare it to Littleton, where we recently lost our BNZ Bank and where a few years ago we lost our gas station, this is about communities' ability to do things within the community and to be able to be sustainable as a community without needing to necessarily go out of their village centre or their local area. So we as a council spend a huge amount on master plans and community development and other issues. This is something that kind of goes right against all of the theories of doing that. The post office, the NZ Post as a state-owned enterprise, governments are also spending huge amounts of money in the city on various initiatives, and we get the surveys back from CERA on social well-being and all of that kind of thing. Here's an opportunity to do something that promotes community development and social well-being just by keeping this post office open. So I think it's absolutely right that we should be sending this letter. I just wanted to pick up on the wording, though. It was, as I heard it from Sarah, the Chief Executive of New Zealand Post and the Minister for State-Owned Enterprises.
The New Zealand Post Group. Yeah, because Kiwi Bank's in there. I think that they have said that they were hoping to keep postal services in there in a dairy or in a bookshop or something in that building, but I don't see that that's likely.
Look, yeah, I'm going to agree with both Yanni and Andrew on this here, and it goes a little bit bigger than that. So, I mean, banks make a lot of money out of our investment, our personal investment, and they do have a responsibility because they are the people that actually provide the confidence for other smaller investors to invest in those commercial areas as well. So when they pull out, those smaller commercial investors are less likely to invest in that community, and that is, for me, the key issue around this whole thing. So I urge your support, actually writing to both banks and their chief executives to plead with them that they are dealing with a post-earthquake environment. We need to see that investment back in those smaller communities to ensure that we actually get the rebuild that we want to see for the future. Yeah, just post the September earthquake, I wrote to the CEO of Westpac around this very issue, and it was an interesting response I had back, I have to say.
Thank you very much. We have 2 leases and an extra recommendation from the board. So the first lease is for the Canterbury Rugby Football Union Incorporated, for the changing rooms at South Hagley Park, and the board recommendation is that the council adopt the staff recommendation. So the board were happy with that lease arrangement. Yep, so the Kids First Kindergartens McCormick's Bay, they are just about ready to rebuild. They were badly earthquake damaged and demolished, and they have been operating out of a small church up on Mount Pleasant, and it'll be great to have them back on site. Yeah, no, to deal with that next. Yeah. So we've got an additional recommendation underneath the lease one. We'll do that next. So, and I'd like to talk to 2.2 separately. Yeah. Or a lack of policy in some areas. Yeah. Oh, great, that's good then. That one all done. Yeah, it does indeed. Doesn't. And then, yeah. Page 155, there's a chairperson's report, and that's on the Ferrymead Bridge approaches intersection design. That is about to open. People are really looking forward to actually getting rid of the road cones, having the lights operating, and being able to use that intersection properly after many long years of disruption. And the board would like the council to approve those.
Which won't come as any surprise, but we did ask as a council, I think we had a resolution around getting a report back on the Ferrymead Bridge from start to finish, just to learn any lessons from the costs and the processes, and I just really want to emphasise, see if we've got, whether we need to do that again, or, I mean, it is a question. Okay, do you want a resolution, or? Okay.
Just wanted to, make it, clear, the Pages Road Bridge is a lifeline bridge. I'm just calling for equitable treatment. Again, this whole thing about going to red zone is a red herring vis-a-vis Gayhurst Road Bridge, which is also good. I'll support this, but, sorry?
This one got started pre-quake. So this one got started pre-quake. Yeah. That's it. Thank you very much.